Hey, how are you? I am so sorry about earlier. I don't know what happened, but each time I tried to make a show, it just went away. I was like, make a show, stream, and then it would just disappear. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I don't know if it was my internet was having a bad day or StreamYard was having a bad day. I'm not sure, but it has resolved now, and we're back. Hey, good to see you, Danny. Sherry runs late. Peekaboo Cockatiel. Angela made it too. Marilyn Landis. I don't know how many people we're going to have, but we'll see. We'll see. I did want to check into the Lynn trial. They're in their second full day of deliberations now, and it looks like I'm just bringing it up now. Past hour. I don't see any updates. They are still deliberating right now. It is longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to be real quick. I thought it was going to be a day, maybe half a day. They must be have some issues they need to work through. Now, I brought you a story the other day, and I want to give you the update on it. And it's the Pasco murder, and it's Rory Atwood. And I told you about this one the other day. Let me get it set up. Yeah, it was this guy, Philip. Philip is a victim, same with Karma, and the son, Philip the third, and this lovely lady here, Rain, and her children, Karma and Philip, they were murdered by a guy called Rory Atwood of Hudson. He was arrested on a murder charge after human remains were found on his property. They're saying they've released some court documents which reveal new details. We'll have a look at them. Hey, Gambler, how are you, buddy? Hey, Melody, good to see you. Vicky K. 970, we'll get there. We'll get there one day. It's only 30 more to go. Where's 30 people? We need 30 people to subscribe to the channel. If you're one of these, if you haven't subscribed and you want to be one of those 30 people, that would be pretty cool. Hey, Aussie Tad. Hey, bud. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well. I'm concerned there's too much doubt on at least one of them. They may be thinking manslaughter for one. They're not allowed to use manslaughter. They can only go with murder or acquittal. That's it. The charge of manslaughter was thrown out last week, so they don't have an alternate charge that they can use. It's literally that or nothing. It's murder or nothing. So I suspect you may be right. I suspect there is some like not disagreement, but just they'll have to try find a consensus one way or the other, or they're going to end up in a hung jury. In Victoria, you must all be unanimous. It must be unanimous one way or the other. And yeah, I don't know. That would be interesting. Would it matter? Would it really matter if they still found him guilty on one and not the other? He's still going to get a life sentence, right? Even if they found him guilty of both, they'd probably run concurrently, right? Or simultaneously. They'll run at the same time. And it'd be 25 years, 30 years, what life in prison, whatever is decided by the court. Yeah, it is interesting to think about. We'll find out. Hopefully, well, court has about 2 more hours in the day. 2 more hours. They go till 4 p.m. It's 2 p.m. at the moment. So they've got a couple more hours in the day. So they normally sit from about 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. thereabouts, Monday to Thursday. And yeah, they're about halfway through the day today. So there's that. All right, let's talk about this Pasco murder. This is really horrible. Imagine this. Look at this beautiful family, young family. They say here, we believe it may be the family, but at the same time, I can't give a definitive until the medical examiner gives us final confirmation that it is. That's what he said on the press conference on Saturday. According to a criminal complaint affidavit, Pasco County deputies first began looking for the family after getting a request to do a welfare check on June 13th. The woman who called the sheriff's office told deputies Atwood contacted her brother on a video call to help him burn some trash. The affidavit said the caller's brother noticed a pool of blood and the bodies of adults and children through the video call. According to the sheriff's office, deputies arrived at Atwood's home on Nottingham Trail in Hudson and spoke with the defendant, who said he last saw the Zillett family walking away from his property on the evening of June 12th. Deputies said they did not find anything suspicious in that first search of his home and yard, but they noticed the fire pit in the backyard that was actively smoldering and smoking. However, on June 14th, the sheriff's office got another call from a man who said Atwood admitted to killing the couple and their children. The deputies followed up on that call and spoke with Atwood, who said the family had not returned. He also said the family had taken their belongings out of the home 2 weeks earlier after Atwood kicked them out for not paying their rent. Investigators said when authorities searched the home, they found items belonging to the family. When asked, Atwood said the victims did not have time to take those items with them. In another interview with a detective, the suspect said Mancini told him she was going to stay at a woman's shelter with her children while their father was going to stay in a tent at a nearby park, as stated in the affidavit. Deputies also searched the property and inspected the fire pit, which appeared to be 10 feet in diameter and had various unburned items on top and ash and various burned debris at the base. According to the affidavit, a cadaver dog removed small skeletal remains from the fire pit. The dog removed it? I didn't know they could move it. The document said Forensic Science Administrator Austin Polonitsa responded to the scene and found several fragments of human long bones on the surface of the fire pit and 2 apparent human vertebrae, all of which had apparent thermal damage to them. Polonitsa also determined that the remains the cadaver dog found were part of a human skeleton that still had soft tissue. The affidavit said in addition to these remains, deputies also noticed a possible scent of chlorine on the front porch, but the cadaver dog detected the scent of human remains in the area, although it could not pinpoint them. Probably got masked by the chlorine or bleach, and the dog couldn't quite figure it out. Detectives spoke with several of Atwood's acquaintances, including his 4-year-old daughter, during their investigation. Authorities said Atwood's daughter told them that the suspect got into an argument with Mancini at the house. She also said Philip II and the couple's children were also at the home. There's a photo of Rory Atwood on your screen right now, allegedly to have wiped out this family. Isn't that bizarre? I've never. I mean, we've heard pretty bad stories before, but like this, for random, argument. I mean, I guess that's what a lot of murders are done by. It says here, the 4-year-old's mother told detectives that she got a call from Atwood at 2:57 a.m. on June 13th saying there was a fight and that she had to take their daughter. She said when he arrived, he was acting normally, according to detectives. I think that's Atwood, right? Yeah, he has a small daughter and he tried to dump it with the rest of his family after this altercation slash murder slash dead people happened. Says here another man who was best friends with Atwood and Philip Zilliot said he got a FaceTime call from Atwood about 2 a.m. that morning. The affidavit said in that call, Atwood admitted to killing Philip and Mancini during an argument on the porch. Meanwhile, a woman who visited Atwood's home on the evening of June 12th told detectives she last saw Mancini sitting on a couch while Philip paced around the living room. Deputies said this couch was not in the home when they searched it on June 14th. Sounds suspicious. A no couch, bones in your fire pit, and then the dog hitting on your porch for human remains. Doesn't sound like a Sunday afternoon family gathering, none that I know of. Very, very awful. And it sounds like they haven't said what happened to the children. How awful. Says here, however, detectives said he eventually admitted that the bodies of the entire Zilliot family were burned in the fire pit. It's very disrespectful to the victims, right? To treat them like you're burning excess rubbish. Just like, oh, just put them in the fire pit, bit of gasoline, they'll be all right. I mean, that's It's just highly disrespectful. First, you kill someone, and then you desecrate their remains. So, any goodbye of these people from their family is non-existent. They'll never see them again because of the state of their remains. It's an aggravating factor. The suspect said the fight later continued in the living room. Here, according to the affidavit, Atwood claimed that he was attacked by a knife-wielding Philip, while Mancini threatened Atwood's daughter with a knife. The suspect said the fight later continued in the living room near the front door, where he and Philip fought over a handgun. He said during their struggle, the gun went off and shot Mancini multiple times. The suspect then said he used the gun to kill Philip with 2 gunshots to the head, according to that same affidavit. Detectives said Atwood told them he believed the fire pit was started by the couple, not him. However, sheriff's office said despite his story, the suspect did not have any significant injuries on his body from the fight, even though he said he was punched several times on the left side of his head. According to the affidavit, the suspect did not mention what happened to the children in his initial statement, but he claimed the couple killed their own children and denied seeing them after they went to their room earlier that evening. Oh, okay, that makes no sense at all. Okay, buddy. You keep saying that. Maybe one day they'll believe you. Rory, get down, girl. The defendant informed your affiant that he didn't remember cleaning the interior of the residence, but if he did clean, then he would have disposed of the towels and the cleaning items into the fire. Yeah, you got to watch out for those magic vanishing memories. It's a very, you know, it's a horrible condition to have after a murder. Says here, despite Atwood's story of self-defense, detectives said their investigation led them to believe Atwood caused the premeditated murder of at least Philip, the dad, and or Mancini, and then tried to conceal it by discarding the evidence. During a post-Miranda interview, the defendant admitted to involvement in the death of both adults, and he admitted to knowledge of both juveniles, Philip III and Karma, also burned in the same fire pit. As of this report, the identities of the remains in the fire pit have not been officially released as detectives await results from the medical examiner. Detectives were also still sifting through the ashes of the fire pit on Monday morning. Atwood was charged with at least 1 count of first-degree murder, but other charges could be pending as the investigation continues. Horrible. All over an argument or some other premeditation reason. Really, really horrible. Magic murder mittens? I know, right? Something out of Harry Potter where you sprinkle a bit of dust and murders just disappear. Hey, Robbie, how are you? Flower Child, good to have you here. Just Summers, good to have you too. Child Killer, 100%. 2 little kids, they're only little. Where are they? Where are these babies? Here, there's the young boy, Philip. Same name as Dad, but he's the third, not the second. And this charming girl here, her name is Karma. And they're the 2 children in this situation. There's Mum there holding her babies. And there's Dad soaking up that Floridian sun. Yeah. They just look like everyday family that you'd see in Florida. I've seen hundreds of families that look like this, and for them to end up in a fire pit after some guy loses his goddamn mind it's really horrible. Really is. I hope more charges are forthcoming. I really do. Let me see if I can find anything else from today on it. My first results are JLR Investigates. No, I was looking for the news station. Hold on. Let me check Tampa 10. They might have it. Or Fox 13.
For a missing family leads Pasco County investigators to human remains. A father, mother, and their 2 young kids haven't been seen in days. And the man who lived with them is now facing charges. Fox 13's Jordan Bowen is live at the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. And Jordan, deputies say that this man confessed to friends that he killed someone.
Yeah, that's right, Brown. And we actually just made ourselves way back here to the scene. That's what police are telling us. The sheriff's office says that this man told friends he killed someone. Friends reported it to police. It was just a matter of figuring out who he allegedly killed. After looking more into it, the sheriff's office realized a family of 4 this man was living with were all missing, including the couple's 2 young children. Detectives believe human remains found at this property in Pasco County belong to one or more members of this missing family of 4. 25-year-old Philip Zilliot II, 26-year-old Rain Mancini, 6-year-old Karma Zilliot, and 4-year-old Philip Zilliot III.
If there wasn't evil in this world, we wouldn't have to pray as much. And when I talk about this story today, you're going to hear about evil.
25-year-old Rory Atwood is now being charged with first-degree murder. According to the sheriff, around 2 a.m. Thursday, Atwood called a friend frantic and upset, saying he shot someone. Someone who heard about the call reported it to the sheriff's office, who started investigating Thursday afternoon. That's when they met with Atwood here at his property near Nottingham Trail and Robin Hood Road in Pasco County.
The suspect gave us permission to walk around. Unfortunately, we did not find anything that was suspicious at the time. On Friday, we were able to make contact with Rain and Phyllis' family. So it wasn't until yesterday afternoon that we were able to make contact with the family, and they said they had not heard from them.
Sheriff Nacco says Mancini, Zilliot, and Atwood were living together at his home with their 2 kids. Wednesday night, their kids and the 3 of them were at Mancini's mother's house drinking when the sheriff says they got into an argument. Eventually, deputies say a friend picked up Mancini and drove her back to Atwood's house. The last time she was seen alive. The sheriff's office returned to Atwood's home Friday to do a more extensive search, which is when bloodhounds located the human remains.
We need the public's assistance. We do not know who those human remains are at this time. It's an active investigation. We're going to figure it out. But at the same time is talking to our detectives, the missing person case is not over. That missing person case will not be over until we know where those 4 individuals are.
And the sheriff's office will not say how many bodies were found here or what kind of state they're in, only saying that they believe 1 or more members of this family the human remains belong to. Now, they say they will continue to search. Until then, they're asking the public for any information if they may have.
All right, I'm going to stop it there, but I wanted to show you an update here. This is an old booking photo of Rory Atwood from 2020. I don't suspect he looks that much different now. But this has a lot of the details we read out just before. Hey, I don't want to pay your subscription. Go away. All right, let me check here. Fox 13. Is that the one we just read? It could be. Yeah.
Documents are connecting the dots between a missing family of 4 in Hudson, human remains found at a fire.
Yeah, we've already seen that one. That's okay. Let me see if you guys have any opinions. Marilyn Landis says, beyond comprehension. I mean, to kill one person in a fight or whatever, I sort of get it in a way that, you know, things go too far, especially when you have weapons around. I mean, I could see how it happens. Doesn't make it right, but I could see how it happens. But 4 people, including 2 adults and 2 children, I don't get how that happens unless you're completely devoid of any kind of human empathy or understanding to be able to wipe an entire family off the map. I wonder if this classifies him as a family annihilator. Like, that's what he did allegedly, right? Normally there are family members. It's not normally someone from the outside. But it probably makes it a pretty rare type of classification. Just Summer says, what is this Guess Who of murder? What? Yeah. Yeah, whoops. Do you have someone who has a mustache? Do you have someone who has bushy eyebrows? Is he wearing a hat? Yeah, I cleaned the blood up, and then the cops are like, what blood? Oh, I didn't mean blood. I meant the tomato sauce. Yes, that's right. And the cops are like, we never asked you about any blood. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's not his, no, it's not his family. No, but he wiped out a family. I don't know. I'd have to ask someone much smarter than me about the classification of what he would be. would he be? Maybe he would be considered a spree killer because he's not a serial killer. A serial killer is someone who kills people over a period of time. A spree killer is someone who kills people quickly in succession. So, I don't know. It's not a big deal. Just interesting. Yeah, sorry about that. All right. Let's keep going. There is a lot of stories to go through tonight. We've had updates on a few interesting ones. By the way, Gambler, that one you sent me, I can't access it. Either it's become resolved and they have it's ended, or it's geo blocked for me. Because when I go to it, it says, and I will show you, this content isn't available at the moment. It just gives me that. So I don't know. Mass murder? I think that's is that above 3 people, right? Maybe. You guys maybe mass murderer. You guys could be right. Mental illness or drugs? Hold on. Sorry, Rory was going to come visit and she was going to jump over here, but I don't want her to. I don't want you to. No. You go hang out with your brother. You go hang out with your brother. Yeah, mass murder is 3 or more people. Correct. Okay, let's see what else we've got in the list for tonight. I had a couple. Yeah, we should check on this one. The splash pad shootings, was there an update for it? Let me just have a look. Did they end up finding that person? See, I don't even know. I haven't looked, but I wanted to do an update. Michaela and Eric sustained 7 gunshot wounds. They are hospitalized and ongoing. So 2 people, a family friend created a GoFundMe for the family that were affected by that splash pad shooting. Almost raised almost $100,000. How cool. Well done to the community for helping out the family. They say on Saturday, June 15, 2024, Michaela and Eric from Rochester Hills took their 2 daughters aged 2 and 7 months to the Brooklands Plaza splash pad near their home to enjoy a day with beautiful weather. Shortly after grabbing ice cream, they walked to the splash pad and were not even there for a minute when Michaela and Eric heard gunfire. In an effort to save their children, they each grabbed a child to protect them. In total, Michaela and Eric sustained 7 gunshot wounds. They are hospitalized and undergoing necessary treatment. Because of their heroic actions, their children were protected and able to go home that evening. Michaela and Eric face a long and unknown recovery from this unthinkable tragedy. Wow, 7 gunshot wounds. That's like a rap shooting. That's like someone in a drive-by. Let me see if there's an update on anyone else involved. Here. Come on, Detroit Free Press. Come on. No, you don't want to help us? Fine. Let me drew time past 24 hours. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, there was a child that was shot in the head as well. Here is the update for that. CBS.
Also monitoring another press conference happening in Michigan about the splash pad shooting in Rochester Hills. Let's go there.
The most important update is that no one's worsened. The young child that had the head wound, he's made amazing progress. I saw him yesterday, and the father, they're reeling would be an understatement. That poor family went through things that no family should ever have to face. You've got a family of 4 and 3 are in the hospital. But the beauty sometimes of youth is they've got strength and resilience in their little bodies, and he seems to be doing well, but there's still a lot of challenges ahead. So that's the update on the individuals as it relates to that. In terms of where we are in the investigation, still not a lot to tell you about motive. So far, we've not been able to uncover any written pen to paper manifesto types of things. From the scene, we seized a phone, a tablet, a MacBook Pro, 2 PC towers, 4 thumb drives, and 2 external drives. We've already got into the phone and found nothing of interest or corroborative information as it relates to motive or what set him into motion. So that's a work in progress. In terms of some of the other things seized at the house, rather extensive. So we'll go back and start at the scene. At the scene, as I mentioned in our earlier brief, we recovered a 9mm handgun, a Glock Model 43 semi-automatic. There were, now that our crime scene has processed that area, originally we had accounted 28 casings. It looks like there are now, we've accounted for 36 casings on scene. So 36 shots fired that we've been able to verify so far. We've recovered 13 bullet fragments, projectile fragments at the scene. And in addition to the Model 43 handgun recovered at scene, as I told you before, we had 2 additional magazines of 1 brand and 1 smaller brand, a 6-round magazine. Further investigation leads us to believe that he did have 2 handguns on scene. And probably we're going to believe at this point that one of the handguns he had on scene was the firearm he used to shoot himself back at the home. So recovered at the home, we recovered 1 Glock 19 semi-automatic handgun, a Sears Model 3030 rifle, a Mossberg 410 bolt-action shotgun, a Spikes Tactical AR model multi-cal 223 rifle. That was the picture that I showed from our drone. That picture that I showed at the press conference earlier was a drone shot when our drone made entry into the home. That was on the kitchen table. We have a Browning lever action 22 rifle, Marlin bolt action 22 rifle, a Remington 243 bolt action rifle, a Winchester 12 gauge pump, a Mossberg 22 caliber bolt action, a Western Field 410 pump action shotgun, a Glock 19, as I said, that we believe, already I mentioned that, a 22 caliber Rough Rider single pistol. So that's what we're in the process. In terms of ownership or acquisition, we don't have all of those run down. We do know that the weapon at scene, I believe, was purchased in 2015. 2015, legally by him. We're working, the investigative direction on the other weapons from the home to determine, acquisition dates and who owns them, et cetera. So that checks off the devices, the guns.
I almost fell asleep for a second. He was just rattling off all these weapons, and I was like, "Wow, is he done yet?" It was like 50 different things, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's a lot of different firearms." You can understand why that was such a devastating event. I mean, what did they say? 47 shell casings recovered from the scene. How did that guy have so much time to? There's no motive either, and they haven't found any manifesto or, writings of any sort with any sort of motive to generate this type of event. Normally they do. They're normally like, go to my Twitter and download my PDF that has 400 pages of rambling about satanic figures that are found inside $1 notes and how pyramids are secretly the the transport to the afterlife, and I don't know, all sorts of weird stuff they write about. It's horrific. Yeah, it is. I mean, it was a hot day. A lot of America is going through a heat wave at the moment. I saw temperatures between 90 and 110 across the nation, especially the southern states. So everyone wants to cool off and um, get some relief from the heat. And the fact that you can't even take your children to a community-owned sort of water feature is absolute BS. It should be a safe place for everyone to come. Doesn't matter who you are, and except the guy with the gun. Like, he's not welcome. But it's just horrible. Like, that place is always going to have a stigma to it forever. Hold on. Sorry, Rory's being very naughty. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was Arizona or Nevada was like 108, 110. I can't remember. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to hear about this anymore. It's too sad. Although, bloody cat. I want to bring you this story from Canada that Mr. Gambler gave me. RCMP searching for 3 missing children. Mother reported missing in Ontario last year. Last year? It says Leon in the center. Thomas, believed to be missing with their mother Astrid. Manitoba RCMP are asking for help from the public to help find an Ontario mother. Hold on, guys. Far out. Rory. All right. There we go. Went and grabbed her. She was climbing up the cupboards in the office here. And I'm like, hey, you're going to fall. Because it's sort of rocky. And I'm worried she's going to fall off and break a leg or something. Yeah, she's a very pretty cat. A very naughty cat, too. She is the naughty one out of the two. They've been pretty good since we moved into the office and closed the door. They don't get in here that often. But she's figured out a way to open the door. So her brother hasn't. Her brother thinks the door's closed, but she... Oh, Rory. She is being disruptive tonight. I'm gonna get you guys a video, and I'm gonna have to go and give her some food. Otherwise, she will not leave us alone. She's already been fed. Please don't think that I'm not feeding her. She gets fed all the time. And expensive food. All her food is Hills Formula CD. So it's all pricey stuff. Interesting that CTV News Winnipeg, they don't have a video for us. They don't. What is this page? This page looks so weird. Hold on. Oh, there we go. There you go. Yes. They're saying a stock photo 2008 Mercedes GLC similar to one Astrid Schiller may be driving. So they're looking for Astrid Schiller, 55, wanted by the RCMP for allegedly abducting her 3 children from Ontario. But they're saying last year. Manitoba RCMP are asking for help from the public to help find an Ontario mother who was wanted for allegedly abducting her 3 children in December 2023. That's ages ago. Astrid Schiller, 55, was found with her 3 sons, Leon, Christopher, and Thomas, at the point of entry on Sunday, according to us. We're not harmed and we're taken into care. Oh, so they've solved it. Or am I going crazy? They've solved it? RCMP searching for 3 missing children. Mother reported missing in Ontario last year. Manitoba RCMP are asking for the help from the public to help find an Ontario mother who is wanted for allegedly abducting her 3 children in December 2023. Astrid Schiller, 55, was found with her 3 sons at a port of entry on Sunday. According to the RCMP, the 3 children were not harmed and taken into care. Schiller was arrested on an outstanding warrant for child abduction from the Durham Regional Police in Ontario. However, she was later released from custody as the warrant was not extended into Manitoba. RCMP later learned at 1:25 a.m. Monday the children were no longer in the care at home in Forest, Manitoba, and were again missing. RCMP believe the boys are with their mother and that they found her, brought them all into custody, and then they got out again, and now they're back on the run. RCMP believe the boys are with their mother and that she's driving a white 2018 Mercedes GLC with British Columbia license plate SJ975W. Anyone with information is asked to call your RCMP or the RCMP or your local police service. Sorry, that took a moment to get. I was like, wait, how did they capture them and they still are asking about them? So it sounds like, yeah, they were found on Sunday and taken into care, and the mother was taken in on an outstanding warrant. And then at 1:25 a.m. on Monday, the children were no longer in a care home at Forest, Manitoba, and were again missing. How does that happen? You know they're a flight risk. You know that they are. You know that they. You know that they're willing to run from authorities. How did that happen? I don't really get it. I don't understand like why people weren't really looking for those children should have been in a secure unit, right? Somewhere where there was, you have to buzz to get in and out to avoid this type of thing. Not forever, but just for a little while until everything calms down. They must have. They must have released her on bail. All right, let's sort this out. Hold on. Let me search Astrid Schiller, 55. And Rory, I'll get you some biscuits. Hold on. Children reported missing in Ontario. Let me just find. Let's go to CBC. Children reported missing in Ontario, last seen in Manitoba, believed to be with their mother, according to the RCMP. Mounties got a report around 2 a.m. on Sunday that the children who had been reported missing in December, they found them at a U.S. border. That's where they got picked up at a port of entry into the USA. Officers found the children unharmed with their mother. Yep. They were immediately taken into custody. Hold on. They were immediately taken into custody and into a safe environment. The mother was arrested as a result of a warrant for child abduction from police in Durham, Manitoba RCMP said on Monday. However, Schiller was later released from custody as the warrant was not extended into Manitoba. I think I read that before. I must not have clicked on it. At 1:25, yeah, so they just met up with the kids again. They snuck out of wherever they were, hopped in the car with mum, and they're off again. Oh, we failed at the border into the USA. 12 hours later, they're back on the run. I mean, there has to be something they could have done to avoid that. How old are the children? I think a couple of them look like they're almost teenagers. Hold on. Rory, I will get you biscuits in a second, girl. Here. No? Where's my link? I've lost my link. Astrid. Oh, come on, computer. We're having a great night tonight. A great night. All right, so her sons are Leon, aged 12, Christopher, aged 11, and Thomas is aged 9. Here's a photo of them. All right, I have to go. 1 second, I'll just give her some biscuits, and she'll be quiet for the rest of the show. Hold on. All right, we're back. There we go. Told you only take a second. She is so naughty. She's a naughty, naughty girl. You can't hear her, yeah, because she's over right in the back here. But I can see her climbing up. We got cupboards in the back here, and all of a sudden I just hear a grey cat start climbing up on top of the different cupboards. Probably. Yeah, it's a psychic connection. When she's hungry, I hear the meows. No, what I did was, we found a way of keeping her busy. We got her one of those, they're like pet feeders that have all the holes in it and stuff. So I pour biscuits into it. Takes her like half an hour to get all the the food out of it. Keeps her busy and doesn't allow her to eat Mr. Muffin's food because she likes to do that, and then he doesn't get his food. All right, let's go back to Miss Schiller here. I want to have a look more into this because I would almost say this has got to be negligence or something by the authorities. I mean, I get that the warrant wasn't extended into the current region, but you would have to know that they've been on the run since December. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think she's going to be like, oh, I lost this one. That's fine. They finally got us. We're no longer on the run. And I promised the Mounties, like, cross my heart, hope to die. I'm never going to go and talk to my boys. It's all right. I'm going to respect my court orders, and I'm going to be a good citizen, a good Canadian. I think that someone messed up here, and they should have. I don't think it's Cadet, but it's a different brand. Yeah, they're 100% a flight risk. They just tried to enter America. What did you say, Mr. Danny? She's 55, apparently. Apparently 55. Let's have a look. Where's her thing here? There you go. She don't look bad for 55. She looked pretty good. I wouldn't have guessed she was 55. Maybe she looks different in person. This is a car that they're apparently in. This is that Mercedes GLC, British Columbia license plate SJ. That's all you get, SJ. No, it's supposed to be, what does it say down here? SJ975W. So there you go. There's a photo of her. There's a white car. All I got to say is this was avoidable. You could have avoided this. It seems like a major screw up by someone. You had to have known this was a risk by releasing her. Her boys are old enough to give her signals like, we're here, come here, mum. They may be brainwashed at this point too. Kids that age, very influenced. They can be influenced by parents very easily, right? So she may, in the time they've been gone since December, she may have instilled in their head an us against the world mentality in the children. So as soon as she got out, they want to go with her because it's us against the world, right? The authorities that want to get us, you know, your dad wants to get us, whatever. So to me, this had to have been a risk they had to have known about. Divorce, it doesn't say edge it. Hey, my friend, good to see you. It doesn't give a marital status, I don't think. We can try find it. Huh. This is interesting. Apparently, she was on a like this kind of show, like a YouTube type show, right? Like what we do here or what Trish does. Look at this. The missing link. Astrid is a fearless mother from Ontario who unveils a nightmarish ordeal, hunted by rogue law enforcement that have been searching homes at gunpoint to try steal her children without warrant, and a twisted plot to hand them over to CPS without cause. Shockingly, the state shields PDF files and abusers and punishes the very mother who reported her R word and those who have abused her children. This heart wrenching saga exposes the dark underbelly of the legal system. What? And that looks like her right there. That's the same woman in that from that photo. And she's from Ontario and she's missing from Ontario. I gotta suspect this is the same person. Huh. What does anyone recognize this show? The Missing Link? Is anyone in chat? Do you know this show? Put your hand up in chat. Does anyone know this live show? Because I don't know it. Stand for the Facebook group. I don't even know what that is. Oh yeah, a Mercedes GLC. It's a expensive car. Yeah, I don't want to bash anyone or their channel or whatever. Just it sounds a little off. But hey, weirder things have happened. I don't want to slam someone just off reading one article. There has been weird things in the past with law enforcement, especially if you have relatives or an ex-husband who is Leo. I just don't know about this. Astrid Schiller. Let me see if I can find anything else because that's a bit weird. I want to find something from December, not from now though. Let's see if we can find. Here. Toronto News, 24th of January. They also put out an alert. Police seek mother in alleged abduction of her 3 children. That was in Jan of this year. Okay, let me see what else it has to say. It says here, this is from a few months ago. The Durham police have issued an arrest warrant for 54-year-old Clarington woman following the disappearance of her and her 3 children. Police say they began a complex investigation regarding the whereabouts of Astrid and her 3 children, 11-year-old Leon, 10-year-old Christopher, and 9-year-old Thomas, last December. Throughout the investigation, there has been no safety concerns for the children, and numerous processes have taken place between the courts and Children's Aid Society. Investigators have been in contact with the mother, however, have been unable to locate her or the children, and she said she's no longer cooperating with police. She is wanted for 3 counts of abduction by a parent and disobeying a court order. Police say there is no concern for the safety of the children, and they are asking if anyone has information on their whereabouts to contact investigators. Who started this investigation and for what reason? Why is Children's Aid Society involved? Who are they? Here, the Children's Aid Society of Canada. Bit odd. Help children and youth in care go from surviving to thriving. Unlike child welfare agencies, the Children's Aid Society, we are not a government agency. We raise and grant funds and develop programs that are delivered across Canada. Here, we help a diverse population of children, youth, and families in communities across Canada who have experienced or are at risk of abuse and neglect. This all sounds a little odd. They said in that press release that the children are not at risk and they are being cared for by the mum. But then why are these people involved? Like they said, it is a complex investigation, but it'd be interesting to find out If the mum takes care of them, then they're not at risk, and there's probably they're saying there's no abuse there, right? Oh my God, is she Laurie Vallow's sister? Does she know Laurie? Have they been talking through the portal? Not again. She's a conspiracy theorist parent advocate with ideas about demonic forces. Well, I mean, if the kids are okay, I mean, wouldn't you just put a program in place to check on them, like every week or something, and just make sure that even though mum's got crazy ideas or whatever, but as long as the children are not being hurt, I mean, you can't arrest people for ideas unless you're, Laurie Vallow and you kill people, but that's a different story. I mean, I get it. It is a bit weird. I wonder, as someone who's not a fan of government overreach, I'm not. I freaking hate it. And I think the government likes to nanny us too much. I would. It's a hard one, right? If the kids are okay, then what's the risk? They said the children are okay. So why do they need their involvement with a court case? It's a bit odd. Oh, you mean like she's forcing him to be like vegan or something? I get you. All right. It's an interesting development because like she can't be that big of a risk because they arrested her on Sunday at the border trying to cross into the USA, and then 5 hours later they just released her. Can't be that big of a deal. Otherwise, they would have held her until Monday, until court. I mean, I don't know. Look, as long as the kids are okay for now, I guess we should put the word out. If you see them, call it in to authorities. Something here needs to be sorted out. Like there's some sort of disconnect here between authorities, her, and the children, and what's the best for everyone. That's sort of what it seems like. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that too. But then wouldn't if that was the case, right? If they thought that's what she was doing, wouldn't they say the children were at risk? That's what I mean. That's why I find it weird, the wording. Normally, when this kind of stuff happens and they think the children could be at harm, they'll say, hey, we're doing this because the children could be getting hurt, either psychologically, physically. Abuse can be done in a number of different ways. But in that article, they were just like, yeah, the children are fine. They're being cared for. So, I find it a little interesting. Yeah, here, in this article, right here. Police say there is no concern for the safety of the children, and they are asking if anyone has information on their whereabouts to contact investigators. They just said that investigators have been in contact with the mother, however, have been unable to locate her or the children, and she is no longer cooperating with police. Now, what I want to know, what was the? Let's see if we can find out what the court order was. That might tell us more about what's going on. What was the court order against her? Let me see if I can find anything. Because, like, how do you get it done with abduction of your own children? Says here is wanted out of Clarington for abduction by parent. Abduction by parent. And then her other charge is disobey court order. Maybe there is a father involved that doesn't like where all this is going, and he wants more input into the children's lives, maybe. Hold on. Who sent me something? Hold on, everyone. I gotta get my links in order. I can't see anything. All right, there we go. Yeah, okay. I can't really find any other, like, just off the top of my head. Here, Yahoo News Canada. Oh, hold on. Toronto Sun. Let's go here. Clarington mother sought for allegedly abducting 3 young sons. There's a photo of her. Any more information in here? Yeah, wanted for 3 counts of abduction by parent, 1 count of disobeying a court order. Hold on. I'm gonna shoot an email off to this this journalist. What's her last name? Schiller. Let me write this email quick, see if they'll reply to us. Alright, I shot off an email to this this journalist, and I'll tell you if we get anything back. I'm asking about the court order. I wanna find out more about it. I mean, I get it. It could be a custody issue. I mean, she could be the parent that doesn't have, uh, parental rights, like sole custody. We've seen a bunch of those, a bunch. Just that she's no longer cooperating with the police. Let me see if I can find anything about her, not the children. Let's see if we can find anything. Anything else? From their local paper here, the durhamregion.com. Do they have anything? They've been trying to locate the children. Yep. They just... This bit is also interesting too. The officers began a complex investigation into locating the women and the 3 children in December. There have been no safety concerns for the children, and numerous processes have taken place between the courts, and Children Aid Society. I mean, unless the father made a complaint to this agency, Children Aid Society, and they're working on behalf of him. I mean, like Aussie Tad said, maybe that's what it is. Interesting, because there's no details about where those children went on Sunday night. Did they go back to Dad's home, and that's how she knew where to find them? Maybe. Yeah. If they're caught up in this now, and they're like, what is it, like 9, 11, and 13 or something? Those poor kids, man, they're being dragged all around Canada, hiding from police, trying to jump the border. That's a hard life for an adult, yet alone 3 kids. Hey, look, if I get more information about this, I will let you know. If I get a reply from that reporter, I will definitely let you know. I was trying to find out a bit more about what court orders are they, but we may not find out. When you're dealing with children, they're often suppressed, so you can't get any details of it. It was in a foster agency, was it? foster care in Manitoba. Yeah, we read about that. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know where they were after they got released, but we knew that she picked them up that night and why she was released because the warrant didn't extend. So they were just in like a CPS, like a what do they call it? Like a crisis carer, like someone when they need a children looked after at short notice for a few days while they organize whatever. It's a crisis carer. Yeah, then they got picked up from that property. How did they get out of that property? And I think that needs investigating for sure, because that seems like a monumental screw up. You can't do that if you're a crisis carer or you're like CPS and you're in a facility for kids that need short term, safe housing or whatever. You can't just let them wander outside at 2 a.m. at night and meet up with the person that just had them for 6 months. Someone is going to get a kick up the bum on this week for sure. Someone's going to get reprimanded because, like, that's like the worst case scenario. All right, let's stop talking about this. Interesting though, but yeah. Oh, hold on. Schiller. Okay. Supreme Court. I'll do some more research into the court documents and see what I can find for tomorrow's show. I'll do some trolling. Okay. Well, it makes sense, right? How else do you get abduction by parent unless there's an opposite parent on the opposite side or a government agency that has revoked your rights to your own children, right? So it's the only way you can do that. All right, we'll do one more, and then let's get out of here. Hold on, this is an interesting story. You heard this story about Jarvis McIntyre? Let's go to KSAT. Come on, KSAT, let's go.
And we're starting with some breaking news from the northeast side.
The Bexar County Medical Examiner says that a body that was found in the Salado Creek Greenway was a missing person from Missouri. Jarvis McIntyre's body found Friday in the creek just off the Greenway. Now, when we got this information, San Antonio police confirmed there was a call made to the area where McIntyre's body was found a few days prior about an individual being chased by a man with a rifle.
Now, officers never found that caller or any witnesses. An autopsy has been performed. Still no concrete cause of death, but foul play is not suspected right now.
A car crashed into a taqueria overnight just before 3 this morning. Our cameras captured.
Hey, you two, stop. No fighting. All right, let's check out this story. What a horrible situation. Navy vet. Hey, what a great person. Military man. Jarvis McIntyre, 26, found dead in Texas after telling 911 he was running from a racist in a San Antonio park. His mother said he told 911 he was being chased by a racist. She believes he was killed because he was black and gay. It says he was last seen nearly a week before on June 8th near Holbrook Road between Ritterman Road and Corinne Drive, both of which lie near the park the veteran was found in. His mother, Monique Williams, told local media that the San Antonio police revealed her son had called 911 because he was running away from a racist. Tippett said she and her family believe someone hurt her son because he was black and gay. And it says here, she says, I want answers. I want this person found, adding that her son didn't deserve this. They took away my baby's life for no reason. He had McIntyre had flown to San Antonio from St. Louis to visit his two sisters during the birthday weekend. He was supposed to go back home on Sunday, June 9, but he tragically never made it. His rental car and belongings were found just a block away from John James Park, where his body was found. His mother, stepfather, brother, and aunt flew to San Antonio on Wednesday to put up missing person posters. He looks like just any other young man. Tippett said the Bexar County medical examiner that the tattoos on the body found matched with her own son's. The medical examiner has not officially confirmed the identity of the body, nor how the person died. Police have also not confirmed that the body found belongs to Jarvis. Tributes for the dead veteran poured in following the news of his death. Family, friends, and loved ones took to social media to express their sympathies. What a horrible situation. Let me see if I can find anything else about Mr. Jarvis and the park. John James Park. It's so they now have 3 hours ago, they have positively identified that body as Jarvis McIntyre. It says here, on Monday, police identified the body found at the northeast side park. They say it's a man who went missing earlier in the week. The medical examiner confirmed the body found on Friday at John James Park off Rittman Road belongs to Jarvis McIntyre. McIntyre was reported missing on Thursday after having brunch with his sister. Right now, they don't have an apparent cause and manner of death. Police confirmed there was a 911 call on June 9th from the same area where he went missing. The caller said he was being chased by someone with a rifle. Officers weren't able to find the caller or any witnesses. As of Monday, investigators do not suspect foul play. A mental health episode? Like, unfortunately, a lot of vets have, like, not schizophrenia, but like PTSD that can involve vivid hallucinations and auditory and visual kind of things that are not there. I wonder if he was suffering after coming or finishing his service, whatever that is, whatever he did in the military. Danny, hey, Danny sent a super sticker. Thank you, Danny. Let me see what it is. Let me go to my settings. Oh, it's a Foxman with a... Huh. It's a little fox guy. I can't tell what it says. It says number 1. Are you saying you're the number 1, Danny? I believe that. You are definitely an alpha. Danny is an alpha. 26, yeah, quite young, right? Quite young to be out of the military. He would have done, if he went at 18, he would have done his first service. Maybe 8 years if he was in at 18. How sad for his mom. Horrible story. It's sad that they don't think it is a murder at all, and I hope he wasn't suffering from any, like, you know, PTSD or something like that after finishing his service. Yeah, here. A complete toxicology report is pending, and the initial autopsy found no apparent cause or manner of death. Foul play is not suspected by detectives at this time, according to information provided by SAPD. Days before his body was found, a 911 call from the area at 1:36 p.m. was made from the area in the 1200 block of Holbrook Road. The caller told the dispatcher he was being chased by someone with a rifle, but details provided were limited. Responding officers failed to locate the caller or any witnesses. I guess his family would know. If his family have known he was, suffering ill effects from leaving the military or whatever, they might know. I'm not sure. I know there's a lot of people who maybe he was medically discharged or something. It doesn't say. It doesn't have those details. But there are a lot of people who finish up their service to the country and end up having some issues after, and it's a big problem. Could be something like that, or he could have anything else, Very sad. I hope we get some more answers for his family. I really do. No one wants to have their family member found in a park, just dead like that. Hey, Kathy Lynch, how are you? Sinus headache, just going to listen. I think we're going to wrap up. It's pretty late. I'm going to just check Mr. Gregory Lynn one more time. If we were going to get an announcement today, I think we would have already had it. Yeah, I don't see. Wow, they're going to go into a third day. That is pretty long for these type of trials. They're normally done within a day. They're not really. Very strange. Let me go back into here. All right, let me try to get back into my Twitter. No, I don't see anything. Yeah. No update right now. They are still in deliberations, and they're going to wrap up for the day in about 40 minutes. In 40 minutes they're going to be done for the day. So I'm guessing either way we'd be coming back for day 3 anyway. There's no way they would finish today. Even when they had to do the paperwork, inform the judge. Yeah. Me too. I thought it'd be quicker as well. Snap Crackle, sorry to hear that. Yeah, he may be having a bad time. Yeah, we did. We had an update over the weekend. They found her body over the weekend at the property. I can show you. Decomposed remains found in Kentucky believed to be that of missing 8-month-old Mia Tucker. Apparently the parents, grandparents, and whatever, they appeared in court today too. See, parents, grandfather of Ohio co-baby Mia Rudd appear in court.
Developing news out of Ohio County. Tesla Tucker, Cage Rudd, and Ricky Smith appeared in court this morning. Also there, Brody Payne. All of them are linked to the death of 8-month-old baby Maya Rudd. Haley Kirby was in court this morning and brings us the newest information.
Brian, today was the preliminary hearing for baby Maya's parents, Tesla Tucker and Cage Rudd, as well as her grandfather, Ricky Smith. Today was about deciding if there was probable cause in charging them with abuse of a minor, drug trafficking, and organized crime. These are the charges that were brought forward before Maya's remains were found inside of their home in Reynolds Station. Shackled and in jumpsuits, Maya Rudd's parents, Tesla Tucker and Cage Rudd, along with her grandfather, Ricky Smith, stood before an Ohio County judge with each of their attorneys present. Tucker, Maya's mother, spent most of the morning in tears. Also there was lead detective Dalton Malott.
Obtained a search warrant for the residence at Reynolds Station. We executed that search warrant on June the 6th. During the execution of that search warrant, located several items.
Each attorney had the chance to question Detective Malott. He described his team's findings that led to the drug trafficking charges.
Edibles are literally laying on top of a scales, large bags that are commonly used for drug trafficking, as well as the guns, which is commonly used in drug trafficking operations.
He also said what stood out the most and ultimately led to the charges of abuse of a minor was finding a plastic bag that field tested positive for meth, presumably within a child's reach.
The bag of meth was in a room with a bassinet, a child's bed, and it was literally laying in the floor in plain view next to the arcade.
Ricky Smith's attorney focused on Smith's residence not being the actual home where the meth was found.
So there's one house, there's a separate bunkhouse and a separate camper.
Yes.
To your knowledge, do you know where Mr. Smith was living?
Through interviews, he was living in the camper.
While Rudd and Tucker's attorneys questioned the difference between drug possession and drug trafficking.
There's been no establishment that methamphetamine was even being trafficked in Ohio County.
It's not indicative of trafficking. I agree that I don't think that the Commonwealth showed us any evidence of trafficking.
Ultimately, Judge Gregory Vincent made the decision.
Drug residue was located in the baby's room along with deplorable living conditions. That is definitely sufficient for criminal abuse. And just because the man was sitting in the trailer and not inside the two other buildings, which were within spitting distance, doesn't get him out of the other stuff. Probable cause is found on all three individuals. Matters referred to the Ohio County Grand Jury.
The charges relating to abuse of a minor, drug trafficking, and organized crime will now be sent to a grand jury. This wasn't the only development today, though, because of the recent findings by Kentucky State Police of concealed infant remains inside of their home. More charges were tacked on for Tesla Tucker, Cage Rudd, and Ricky Smith. Brody Payne, who detectives say appeared to live in the Reynolds Station home, also faces these new charges. They include abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and failure to report the death of a person. All four will be in court next Monday for a preliminary hearing on these charges that authorities say directly link baby Maya's death to them.
Today is Father's Day, and for
There you go. They are going to face a raft of new charges on Monday. They'll be back in court next week, and wow, the details coming out. It just seems like that poor baby didn't even have a chance, right? 8 months old and was found just under, just treated like trash, really. What's the mom's name of the three children? Astrid, where is it? We had it just before. Astrid Schiller. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you. Gambler, that sounds like a very hot day. There's her full name. Gambler, that sounds like an awful day. I hope you get your aircon on. Mid-90s to 100, jeez. Hey, Evil. Aww. So it died, like, from being left on the trail? So a newborn baby was found on a hiking trail today. CCTV show a person leaving the baby there and a couple finding him alive in a towel. Oh, it didn't die. Oh, isn't that cute? I'm sort of glad it was found alive. That's better than a dead baby. Aw, let's have a look. You might have to give me the county or the area, because it seems babies get found all over the place, like M&Ms. No, found alive. Yeah, abandoned newborn baby found on trail by Texas family. Oh, it still had its umbilical cord. Yeah, I found it. Let's go to KYUE TV.
A newborn baby found near a walking trail is recovering tonight. It happened in Harris County near Houston. Authorities are looking for the man caught on camera leaving her wrapped in a towel with her umbilical cord still attached. As Jaleesa Garza reports, deputies are thankful people rescued the child before it was too late.
Saturday morning, Daniela Fideli decided to take a walk with her family before it got too hot outside, something they do often.
Went down, the street, Casa Martin, over the little bridge and then we turned left going towards Greenhouse.
On their way back home, they noticed a towel on the ground, their 3-year-old daughter riding her bike towards it. They quickly realized what was there.
I noticed 2 little feet moving. And then my husband was right behind me with the dogs. And I yelled to my husband, I'm like, oh my God, a baby. And then my husband like, call 911, call 911. And that's what we did.
Surveillance video from a neighbor shows the moment Daniela and her husband spotted the newborn baby, rushing to help.
Once my husband went ahead and picked up the baby, he found the nearest tree right there at that house down the street. He found a little shade.
She says they were in shock, and as a mom, it's difficult to understand why someone would do this.
This image has been going on through my head so many times, and this is how can you do that? I was shocked, I was mad, I was upset.
But she's thankful they were at the right place at the right time.
I don't know, made us go for a walk this morning. We usually do, but sometimes, you just don't want to do it. Things happen. But this morning we're like, no, let's go ahead and, get out.
And wants to share this message.
There is options. I mean, you can drop it off at a fire station, a police station, a hospital. I don't know, do some, but don't leave the baby.
I don't know why they cut her off. She was making a good point that there are options, there are safe harbor drop-off points for. Interesting that it was a male, though. They said it was a male who dropped off the baby. That's interesting. That's not normally what happens with this type of thing. Normally, it's the mom who has given birth unexpectedly or in a situation where maybe other people don't know she was pregnant in it could be a dozen different situations, but I'm glad the baby is alive. Thank God. Thank the Lord. It's nice to see a baby alive for once. I'm just seeing if they found anything else about her. She was only just born. The baby found Saturday evening was freshly born with remnants of an umbilical cord still present. They say it was a premature baby. Okay, so interesting. Hold on. That's a different story, but okay, so they're saying it was a premature baby, and they still had umbilical cord. Yeah, where's mom? I'd be worried about where mom is. Also, people asked about the baby in Sydney, that they found the placenta on the mud. Still no update. Don't know. It's been weeks now, and they still are not any closer to tracking down who that mother might be and if the baby is still alive. Still no update on that. Yeah, there you go. I was going to look up very quickly Soraya too before we go. No, that's not how you spell it, ping. Still no update on Aaron, little Soraya, 2-year-old Soraya, or his new partner. They haven't been able to find him. No update. Although Court TV did have the grandmother on today on their channel. I can't play it, but I can give you the link if you want to see what that update is all about. But they still don't, no closer to bringing them home. What? I found her, the mom. What are you talking about, my friend Kim? You have to be more explanatory. Here's there's the update for Court TV on Soraya and her dad Aaron. Oh, the one from earlier? Yeah. We know she was into some interesting stuff. Maybe the mum couldn't leave, otherwise the parents would be suspicious, so the boyfriend got rid of it. Oh, her third child is adopted. Okay, that's interesting. I'll have to do some more research on it. Gambler just sent it to me just before we went live, so I heard about it when you did. I hadn't done any prior research on it, nothing. So we learnt about it together. All right, I think we're done. Hey, I love you all so much. I have the best friends and viewers in the world. I couldn't ask for a better group of people each and every night. And that's why we put all the people who help out this channel in the ending video. Thank you, retired RN. Potter, good to see you, Potter. I hope you're feeling a bit better. Hope you're healing now. Yeah, good night, everyone. Good night, Angela, Kim, Evil. Who else was here? The boys were here. Gambler and Danye. Marilyn was here earlier. Snapcrackle. And whoever else. Kathy Lynch was here. Summer was here. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we will be back at 9, okay? Well, unless StreamYard wants to stop us. Hey, Catatonic, thank you for your monthly membership. It came through last night. I really appreciate it. And I will fix the video for you for tomorrow. Thank you, Catatonic. There was actually, before we go, there was one other person too. It was Sean A. His membership came through on Ko-Fi as well. Thank you to both of you. I appreciate your membership for the month of June. Very kind of you both. I hope once we hit 1,000, you guys will be able to have real memberships on the chat. So you guys will have little icons and stuff like that. It'll be fun. We have to get to that 1,000 first. We're only 30 people away. Do you know 30 people who want to subscribe here? Tell them to come and subscribe. No, thank you. I appreciate it, Catatonic. I'm out for the rest of the day. Hey, no update in Gregory Lynn just yet. We're still in deliberations. We're going to head into day 3, I think. Yeah, we're only half an hour away from court finishing for the day, and I don't think we are going to get a big announcement in half an hour. Get my cats to sub everyone. I'll make them dance on the table for every subscriber. The cat will dance for. No, I won't do that. Hey, I love you all though. I'm gonna go eat. I haven't eaten yet. Have a great night wherever you are, and if this is the afternoon for you, have a great evening. And leave a comment if you have any questions, suggestions. I often read from the comments the next day if there's something interesting. So yeah, peace out, everyone. Good night. Hey, thanks to all the people in this ending video. They are the people who help keep this channel afloat each month, and I very much appreciate it, along with everyone else who supports this channel in their own way. Thank you to everyone. Good night.